Hello, everyone. I hope this live stream or this video finds you doing well. As you can tell by the description and or by the title, I am talking about love again. But this time, I'm going to be talking about how that our religion must meet our reality. And let me tell you something. It's important that it does because I'm going to show you evidence of things that have gone on in the past and what has already been projected to go on. This I can promise you. This is an extremely, may I say it again, extremely an important subject. Our religion must match our reality. Christianity, and I will prove this in a little bit, is on a decline. Projected by 2070 that Christianity will no longer be the majority. Can Messianic Judaism be the saving grace? I don't know. I don't know that. But I'm going to show you the consequences of the past and how it is affecting our future. And it's affecting our future. And I don't want to be just picking on Christianity. It's affecting our future in Messianic Judaism. What I'm about to tell you, I'm not saying is right, is wrong, or anything. I'm just giving you the facts. When people hear the terminology Messianic Judaism, the very first thing they think of, half Christian, half Jew. Okay? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I am saying that absolutely 100% is the perspective. And I'm going to give you people's perspective, and it's not going to be enjoyable. If you actually love our Heavenly Father and His Son, what you're going to see and hear, you're not going to like. But I have to speak truth. Now, as you guys know, I put up a video, about poison, nothing but a good time. And I was getting a point across in what I thought was a humorous way. Obviously, nobody thought it was humorous, except me. But, anyways, having said that, first of all, I want to talk about romantic love just for a moment. We have a real problem in our society concerning this. The very first and foremost is what is and what is not a sin. And we need to get that straightened out. And I'm going to show you here in just a minute why. But what we need to be teaching to the children at the appropriate age. When you walk into any romantic relationship, be it a one night stand, be it friends with benefits, be it marriage, if people walk into that romantic relationship and go to the bedroom and their only purpose is to get what I can get, let me be abundantly clear on this. They're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong. Did I forget to mention to you, they're wrong. In any romantic relationship, be it a one night stand or a marriage, it's not about what I can get. It's about what can I give. It's not about what I want. It's about what does the other person want. I'm here to tell you the absolute truth. If what I do is not about love, I'm telling you as straight as I know how to say this, I want no part of it. Everything that I do, including this video, it's all about love. All about love. Because if I love you like I say I do, I want you to know the absolute, unadulterated truth. And I'm going to prove it here today. I don't normally use this function, and I am going to start using this function. But from what I can see, I can start sharing my screen with you. I want to go ahead and get this one screen set up the way I want it set up. Okay. Okay, that's not about the one. I am just looking real here. Real good. Okay, I'm highlighting it. Okay. This will not be a direct exact date. I think this is more a time, the date of when the article was written, not when it actually happened. Just give me a moment here. Yeah. Anyhow, so let me share the screen with you all. Right here. And now I got to do is push the share button. What I'm hoping that you're seeing, and if you don't, I want to apologize for that. My fault, definitely. Um, so, if you look back here, on let's see here, I'm going to make sure of one thing. No. Okay. On February 22nd, 1988, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, television evangelist Jimmy Swaggart, who reportedly was photographed with a prostitute, confessed yesterday he had sinned. This was written, I guess it was written on February 22nd, so he confessed on February 21st, 1988. If you think this only affected the assemblies of God, I'm telling you, it did not only affect the assemblies of God. It wasn't just them, it was all of Christianity. We got really, it was the darkest, that was one of two of the darkest days in Christianity. Ever since then, I can promise you that Christianity has been on a decline. So there's another important thing I want to show you. Okay, and here it comes. If you go to the lyrics of Miracle Man, which was released on October 22nd, 1988, so it was released 8 months later, was the song Miracle Man that was sung by Ozzy Osbourne, and the songwriters was Zike Wilde, John Osborne, and another guy here. I can't really see his name too well. And what was let's see here. I want to get to this because, okay, I am going to highlight this in blue about what the most important part of this song, I believe, was. So, what did he do? Ozzy Osbourne sang the song Miracle Man, that I'm going above the blue a little bit, that says, "Now Jimmy, he got busted with his pants down. Repenty wretched sinners, self-righteous clown." Let me tell you guys something. This is where religion has to meet with reality. If you're in a religious world like Judaism or Messianic Judaism, Christianity, and you say, "Oh, premarital sex is a sin," world comes up to you and says, "Was you a virgin on your wedding day?" If you say no, they're going to probably walk away and say, "Yeah, right." So now they counted you as a liar. If you confess, "Well, no, I wasn't," let me tell you how they think of you. Let me just be real explicit. Self righteous clown. That is exactly what goes through the mind. And that's what went through Ozzy's mind because he sang it and he wrote it, or at least was in on the writing of it. It is important. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to speak for myself. From the time I was born to the time that I turned 50, I'll say a large portion of that, people get the right to call me a self righteous clown during that period of my life. I will personally stand up and say, "Yep, they were right. Absolutely." This will not happen between the time that I turned 50 years old to whenever the Lord calls me home. I'm telling you as straight as I know how to say this. I'm not going to give people the right to call me a self righteous clown. I refuse. I'm going to try and find my mouse here. Okay, there she is. This is an article published September 13, 2022. And I remember it being made known. It says fewer than half of Americans may be Christian by 2070, according to new projects. A new report projects America's future, a future where Christianity, though diminished, persists, while non Christian faiths grow and rising secularization. America has long prided itself on being a country where people can choose whatever religion they like. The majority has long chosen Christianity. And I'm sorry, I'm going to give myself something to drink. I feel my mouth already getting dry. Little coffee helps. I'm not happy about reporting this. So I'm really trying to hold back a lot of emotions. All right, here we go. By 2070, that may no longer be the case if current trends continues. Christians could make up less than half of the population and as little as a third in 50 years. Meanwhile, the so-called nomes or religiously unaffiliated could make up close to half of the population. I have given a lot of prayer to this, and I have given it a lot of thought. And this does come from my own personal experience, but adding it on a social level, I just don't see how that this is any different. My final analysis of why Christianity will no longer be the majority by 2070, and I've even read one part which I'm not going into, this could actually happen in 2050, but definitely by 2070, Christianity will be less than half of the population. And of course, you know what I read there. My final analysis is that is because the Christianity, the religion, and I'm not just picking on Christianity. I'm picking on everybody who does not let their religion meet their reality. I'm talking about everyone, not just one group. It is because when we are no longer, we the followers of Christ are no longer the majority in America. I honestly believe it is because our religion didn't meet our reality. There was a negative consequence for that. And that is that by 2070, we will be less than half of the population in America. Now, I know that there's got to be somebody somewhere that is stating, well, you know, Jesus said that things would get worse before he came. Let me make this clear. You don't understand what you're talking about. You can't, because if you did, you wouldn't dare talk it. This is your great grandchildren that we're talking about that's going to be in this situation. And how bad can it get without God? Well, you know, if you take heaven, God created another heaven. And then he stripped all of what he is and let it be. It's called hell. Without God, it's called hell. And let me tell you something. If you think hell is just in the other dimension, you're fooling only yourself. Let me ask you something. Do you want your great grandchildren living through hell? Are you really okay with that? Think about it. Think about that real hard. Are you okay with your family living in hell? Very recently, I was with a Jewish lady. I'm not changing gears, but this is all included. So I am partly changing gears, but not completely. Very recently, I was with a very wonderful Jewish lady. Um, and we went ahead and went into the movie theater. And we went ahead and things worked itself out so that we seen the movie called Twister. Went in, I bought us drinks and a whole thing. And for reasons I will not be discussing on live stream or in this video, she up and she asked me, she goes, what was your favorite part of the movie? Boy, did that strike home. My favorite part of the movie was, let me give you the picture a little bit. I'm not going to destroy the movie for you, but there was this very egotistical man selling shirts and mugs. Very egotistical, absolutely. And this lovely lady thought very poorly of him because he was doing that. Lovely lady gets into distressful witness, and another lady comes up to her, hands her chips and water. And she goes, "The reason why we sell t shirts and mugs is so we can buy food and water for people during these stressful times." It's not a perfect quote, it is a paraphrase. That hit home. And I do want to backtrack just a moment. I am. While I was with this lovely, wonderful Jewish lady, absolutely just a darling, she goes, we was talking about my faith, and she goes, "Well, what's your Jewish name?" I said it was Madzud Gever Ben Granville. And I said, I seriously, I highly love and highly respect Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Moses. But there is only one man on this earth, or who has ever been on the face of this earth, whom I call my earthly father. And his full legal name is Granville B. Payne. That is the only man that'll ever get that seat. She looked at me and she was extremely impressed. She goes, "Wow." I said, "Look, our religion and our reality have to meet." Now we'll go back to the movie. My mind is not done processing the entire movie because it happened so recently. But I am developing a plan because I want to be able to go out and help people like the egotistical man was doing. No matter the tragedy, wildfires, tornadoes, floods. And I am coming up with a plan to do this. When that plan has been done, people can go one or two ways about this. "Nope, not going to support you because you don't believe like I do." Well, just go ahead with that thought process, because I'm telling you, the way things are going with that thought process is also what's going to cause there to be less than half of Christians being in America. It'll be less than half. So you continue with that mentality. It's been working so well since 1988, and I'm going to put together a way so that I can get money flowing through me. Now, unlike these big not for profit organizations, of whom I am not going to mention, but there are some who the presidents or whatever, the person at the top makes, you know, what close to a million, if not $1 million, if not even more. I'm not going to do that. My income, yeah, I kind of need to be up there a little bit, need to make a living. However, there'll be so much that I'm willing to give to myself, and the rest gets funneled through me so that I can sincerely help people. And so I can hire people also to help people. It is something I'm looking into still, and when I get something together, I will record a video about it. But I would really truly discourage, "Well, you don't believe like I do, so I won't support you" attitude. But at the same time, I am still praying about this. And here's what I do know: if God wants it to happen, it will happen. If God does not want it to happen, it will not happen. Speaking only for myself, like I said, if my life is not about love, I just don't know what the point is. You know, um, I'm also hoping that enough people will see this video and realize we're headed towards real problems. I mean, like I said, without God, it's hell. And you don't want to know how bad it can get. Because let me reassure you, you do not want to understand and you do not want to fathom about how bad it can get. And it can get bad. We've got to change our ways or things are about to get real bad. And speaking for myself, I want people to know it's all about the love for me. It's not about forcing religion down other people's throats. I refuse to let my life be about that. Yes, I'm in Judaism. Yes, there's a lot of people want to hear my perspective. But if people are in need of help, they don't care what I believe. They only care about how I can help. Well, I am. I'm hoping I gave everybody a lot to think about. And there is one thing in John 9:31 that I think John says, and he says it right. Give me a second. Sorry about this. Excuse me there. Sorry about that. In John 9:31, you can go with any translation you want. I'll just go with the top one because why not? We know that God does not listen to sinners. He listens to the godly who does his will. Think about that. Here's what I really want you to think about. I think you're going to like this, Thinky. Everybody now knows the real me. But yet, God has answered my prayers, and He, above everyone else, knows everything about me. And yet, God has chosen to, to bless me so that I may be a blessing to others, to be able to pour out these qualities of videos. If I'm a sinner, why is God doing all this? Does God answer the prayers of sinners? According to John 9:31, he does not. Give it a thought, folks. Give it a thought. I sincerely hope I have given you a lot to think about and a lot to digest. There's nothing else more I can say about this subject that I haven't already said. I sincerely love you all. God bless.